Napoleon Hill says about opportunity, it has a shy habit of slipping in by the back door and often come disguised in the form of misfortune or temporary defeat. Isn't it amazing? And he says, perhaps this is why so many fail to recognize opportunity because they think it's not there. And I appreciate those thumbs up. You're exactly right. You see, it comes in through the back door and we let it go right through us and we miss the opportunity. So Barnes, going back to E.C. Barnes, he had faith. He didn't know how it was going to happen, but he had belief and faith that it would happen. And he took initiative. He didn't just sit around saying, well, I'll just wait until it happens. No, he went to work every day, sweeping floors or doing menial type jobs for Edison in order to get that first opportunity. And that's what we have to do. So we look for those opportunities and we start to move forward. And we've got to realize that as we move towards them, they come towards us. And that's how it works. You move towards your goal and your goal starts to move towards you. So when we do that, we have to realize that there's plenty for everybody. We are not competing against people. All we need to do is be creative. Be creative ourselves, not competitive, and realize that there's plenty out there for all of us. He said, limiting mindset is going to keep you stuck. And we don't want to be stuck. We want to see the abundance. Now, I want you to think of this. A coin. You hold a coin, you have the heads and you have the tails. If you're holding the heads in your hand, or even holding it like with your hand open, you can't see the tails. You can only see one side of the coin. You can't go left and right at the same time. You can't see both sides of that coin. And so we have to realize that abundance and lack are the same way. You can't have both of them in your mind at the same time. You either have an abundance mindset and you're thinking of all things and possibilities of what can happen, or you have a lack and limitation mindset. But you can't have both of them at the same time because they're two sides of the same coin. And so we can't do that. You cannot see both sides at the same time. Our thoughts must be directed towards what we want. We have to move towards what we want. We have to go towards what we want to be fulfilled. We cannot look at the other side. So you can't be going towards abundance and still have lack and limitation and doubt in your mind. You're going to stop yourself or disconnect with that source energy, or you're going to slow your process down at the very least. So even small shifts in your thinking and small shifts every time you have a thought of lack, get rid of it right away. And that will bring you enormous success. And you'll start to see little by little, you'll have progress. And you'll start to attract what you concentrate on. It's a matter of keeping it forefront in your mind. Keeping that idea of what you want. Concentration. Holding it with your will. Holding that imagination there. Thinking about not once a week or once a month, but know what it is and keeping it in your mind daily. As we see things as real, they'll start to appear. Now, that seems like, what do you mean? If you see things as real, you have to see them in your mind. You have to see the house you want to live in. You have to see the car you want to drive. You have to see the clients that you want. You have to see the good that you desire already in your life. Pretend. If you're looking for jewelry, pretend you're wearing that jewelry. If you're going on a trip, pretend you're there and, look at the site and see what things might be there. If you're wanting a car, when you get in your own car, pretend you're in the car you want to be in. When you're in your house, you go to open a door. Pretend you're opening the door to the house you want to open. See it in your mind first. And then you'll be able to see it in reality, because the more you concentrate on it, you start to figure out how you're going to get it. And this works every time. Have you ever wanted a new car and you picked out the car and you even picked out the color and you went and you looked at it and you test drove it, but you didn't know how you were going to get that car? But you kept concentrating on it. And all of a sudden you notice that car is all over the place. You didn't used to see them, but all of a sudden you see them everywhere. That's because it's so fixed in your mind. And pretty soon that car ends up in your driveway because you've figured out a way to do it. But we cannot allow fear and worry and doubt to get in our way, because that will stop us